Hey, hey, how's it going? Konbanwa, Minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over here in Japan on Sunday evening, 9 p.m. How you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I hope so. I'm pretty good, thanks. Today we went to see some cherry blossom, kind of evening night viewing down along a river near one of the schools I work at. So beautiful, really good to see that. So, yeah. Oh, hello, Nerdporial's in the chat. 7 a.m. where you are. Good to hear. We also had an much earlier comment from Nosferatu. Do you think you're allowed to stream when I'm making me breakfast? Nerdporial's off to get some tickets for Osaka. Yes! Mate, I bet you can't wait, can you? You can't wait to make it over here. That's going to be brilliant. Hey, Fearmonic, how you doing? I know, right? I know, it's an unusual time for me. But you know what, maybe a few years back, I'd sometimes do either Saturday night my time or Sunday night my time, like now. Rare stream, but sometimes those streams weren't very good because I might be a bit drunk. So, thank goodness I'm not tonight. Or maybe that's not a good thing, I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just double check. We're coming through loud and clear. Hope so. So, have you had a good weekend? Have you enjoyed it? It's Sunday morning in America, isn't it? What are your plans for today? Do let me know in the chat. Chat. I've got some comic book news as well. A bit of Mark Millar news coming up. And just general talk about what's coming out this week. We've got some big releases. Although it's not a massive week next week. We'll have to see. Yeah, so Nerdporial's got his tickets for the castle. Okay, nice one. What should we do for breakfast? That's a good question. What is it? Jim was laughing because I said I was having fried egg and tuna on toast for breakfast the other day. He was like, you what? Tuna? But it was really good. It was a Mrs. Wakizashi selection recommendation. So yeah, it's going to be a long morning, Nerdporial. Jim's doing a double stream after this. I just got off night shift. Do you know what, Film on it? Yeah, I know he's doing one with Eric, with Sully later on, but I've actually got tomorrow Monday. I've got it off, so I'm going to join him for the best of the week, which he started doing. He's doing about 4 shows now, isn't it? Over the weekend, he does the absolute DC, Absolute Madness. He does that, and then he does the Sully show, and now he does 2 solo shows as well, like a best of the week and what's coming up for the new week. So, Jim going crazy with the live streams, unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, I think we'll be lucky to find American comic book shops. I still need to double check that. The one I was looking for, I couldn't find it on the internet, so maybe it's gone. But what we've got to do, Nerdporial, we've got to go through. I take you through like the manga sections of the bookstores around there, around the area. You just got to go through the manga. Unbelievable! It's crazy. It's everywhere. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Tahalim29's here. How you doing? Hope you're still enjoying some good comics, mate. And Nerdporial, yeah, you got to send James Ginger Ninja your submission. Submit. Commission. Sounds good to me. Okay, where are we? Let's get on with the news. Let's get on with some news. Bits and bobs. Let me just share a screen here. I don't know if this is like new news. I knew this was coming out, but we've actually got a date now. We've got a date for Nemesis Forever. The Nightmare Begins, August 27th. So we're going to get the next, and I think it's the third and final, isn't it? No, wait a minute. Is it third? No, it'd be the fourth one, won't it? Because there was an original Nemesis, and then there was the Nemesis Rogue something or other. God, I can't remember. Stream brain. Nemesis, The Revenge of the Nerds. Nemesis 3, The Final Contact. Just making it all up. But yeah, looking forward to this. Does it say who's doing it? It's blocking me, the stream thing. Yeah. It's going to be Matteo Scalera on art, which I think bodes very well for this series. Looking forward to that. Mark Millar, of course, writing, Matteo Scalera on art. Nemesis forever. How much Nemesis can we take? So that's big news. That's coming out. Begins August 27th. Any fans there in the chat? Are you still reviewing comics on your channel? Okay, that's good. That's good, man. Good to hear. Including manga, manhwa, and trades. And Fearmonic's just wanting a big deluxe edition. You know they're going to be coming. So that is the first bit of news. Let me get back to this. We also have, and where are we? Make it smaller. Here. Vatican City issue 1 comes out next Wednesday. Mark Millar per Berg, otherwise known as Narwhal. I'm not sure which one is his pen name. It's a double-sized issue, $5.99 from Dark Horse, but this is from the inside of the issue. There's an advertisement with a, not a proper date, but a month date. Mark Millar, John Romita Jr., bringing something out. We don't know what it's going to be. It's not Wolverine meets Kick-Ass, even though it's got those two, as far as I know, you know, in the headline. That's just to remind you what they've done together. So they've got a project coming out in May. Well, not in May. Full details will come out in May. So what do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be something massive for one of the big two? Is it going to be a Superman or a Spiderman story? Could it be? Marvel or DC? Or do you think it's going to be something indie? Interesting. And also, folks, any interest in the chat for Mark Millar's new series, The Vatican City, which is a vampire horror story, which looks pretty good. Although, and this is early days, I know, no offense intended, but I'm not sold on the art yet. I've seen it, I've seen a review copy. The story's good, of course it's good, it's Mark Millar, but I don't know, maybe I just need to get used to it. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, you're going to check out the first 2 issues of this. Nice one. Yeah, Fearmonic, I'm thinking if it was Marvel, they'd be building it up more. It's just when I saw John Romita Jr.'s name as well, it was like, don't tell me he's going to drop a crazy, like, unexpected Spider-Man series. Or it could be Superman, because he's done that before, hasn't he, with him? Yeah. And the third bit of Mark Millar news, and then this is from inside the book. There's going to be a new series of Huck. Huck. One good deed wasn't enough. It's going to be Mark Millar writing, Raphael Albuquerque from American Vampire and Batgirl. He's going to be on the art. 6-issue series starting on May the 14th. Big Bad World, Huck. Do like that cover. I know Raphael Albuquerque's work. I like his work, so yeah, looking forward to that. It seems like he's going to have a lot coming out, doesn't he? In May. May and then August for Nemesis. Got Vatican Cities coming out starting April the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So yeah. I don't know what to think about that. Like, Mark Millar tends to release them all around the same time, doesn't he? He'll work and work and work on a few series. And then, boom, they're coming out pretty much. There's one issue every week from a different, title. Yo, DJ, Ronnie G in the chat. Shout out to the members as well. Fearmonic, Ronnie G's here. Fantastic. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Vatican City, says Nerdporial. How many superheroes besides Daredevil are Catholic? It's a good question. I'll leave that open to the chat. Because I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Yeah, waffles. Waffles in the morning. That's what you need. You need your breakfast waffles. So yeah, I haven't actually read the original Huck series. I've heard it's good. So many of like Mark Millar series that I haven't read, so I need to catch up on a lot. But I will probably check it out. Tehillim29 is asking, what did you think of the comic called The Last Boy? I haven't read it. I heard it's Dan Panosian. Is that right? Great artist. I think is he writing it as well? I haven't read it, so I'll have to check it out. If it's good, if you think it's worth checking, do let me know. Do let me know in the chat. Yeah. It's early morning, so I think it's time for a cookie in America.
Any questions? Yes, Shaggy?
Like you wouldn't happen to have a bat cookie on you, would you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
Shout out to Film on it for that clip as well. Love it. Love it. Love a bit of Scooby-Doo and Batman. Can't go wrong with that, can you? Absolutely fantastic. So, where are we? Let's get on with the news. I've got a couple of things tabbed, saved in my browser. It's not so much massive news, but what should we start with? Shall we start with a bit of Spidey? Because it is coming out. It's coming out on Wednesday. We've got a new #1 for Amazing Spider-Man. Does anybody care? Where are we? Let's bring this up. Share the screen. Make it a little bit bigger. So they've had a bit of an interview with Joe Kelly, who's going to be writing it. Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 with a fresh start, big plans. Now this is from April 1st, so I don't think it's an April Fool. You know, it's just saying it's a few days old. Now I wasn't a big fan of the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. I thought that just got ridiculously stupid with 0 stakes, and yeah, it just wasn't very well written overall. It felt like it was a big filler to, you know, stretch between the end of Zeb Wells' run, yay, and the beginning of the new run. And at that point we didn't know it was Joe Kelly, did we? There was rumours it was going to be him, and then there was rumours it could be somebody else, but yes, it's Joe Kelly. Anyway. Here he is, by the way. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? He's very enthusiastic. Oh my god, I'm pumped, said Kelly. Spider-Man has always been my favourite superhero. And I've had the chance to work on him before, but certainly not to kick off a series again and relaunch it at #1. Joining him on the book, superstar artists Pepe Larraz and John Romita Jr. Now, in the first issue, which is, I think it's double-sized, it's $5.99 by the way, there are 2 stories. There's a main story, Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz, and there's a kind of backup story, but it does, it's in the continuity. You know, I think it's going to maybe affect what's happening in the main story, but we'll see. That's by John Romita Jr. and Joe Kelly. So, and it's going to be coming out once every 2 weeks, twice a month, folks. Marvel just love that, don't they? Let's see what he had to say. What are his plans for the takeover? What can we expect for Spidey? So first of all, he talks about challenges of writing Spider-Man, not just the editorial control, So it's a bi-weekly book. The workload is no small feat, says Kelly. He was warned about the rapid pace, but has embraced the challenge. The speed is a challenge. Obviously, it's the flagship guy. This is Joe Kelly, by the way. Talking, it's his words. Besides being my personal favourite, who I just always want to do right by, he's the superhero. He's the best. He's the best around. Despite the daunting responsibility, Kelly trusts his instincts and prioritises fun. Remember fun? Does anybody remember laughter? A core element of Spider-Man's DNA. Even when it's dark or it's scary or intense or whatever, am I giving what I think is the most compelling story to a reader? Kelly said. Oh, by the way, here's one of the variant covers, I think. Is it? Yeah. We've got the Rhino, folks. The Rhino in issue 1. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? I can't remember exactly, but it takes me back to Nick Spencer's run. Didn't he start with a Rhino story? Anyway, I digress. One of the most intriguing aspects of Joe Kelly's run is his focus on Peter Parker's past, specifically his pre-high school years. While Spider-Man's origin story has been told countless times, Kelly is fascinated by an earlier, largely unexplored period of Peter's life. I'm sort of fascinated. Sort of, he says here. Sorta. I'm sort of fascinated with Peter as a young person, like pre-high school, Kelly said. Scratching my chin here. Because we haven't really spent any time with him at that time period, and I feel like we get a lot of our hard wiring at that age. Kelly believes this period was pivotal in shaping Peter's worldview. You hit that age when you're like 13, 14, you start processing things differently, Kelly said. He lost his parents when he was younger, but what does that really mean to him as an adolescent? Does he act out? Is he more reserved? Poor Peter Parker. We always see him as the nerdy kid, but was he angry? Because when I go back and read those early books, Peter was mad a lot. And I know what he's talking about. You know, he's talking about the proper Stan Lee early books. And poor Peter Parker was always kind of not so much mad, angry, but he was annoyed. He was peed off because, you know, he was always being kind of bullied and things didn't go well for him. He was always struggling. The Parker look, as they call it. So this emotional exploration will play a key role in Kelly's Amazing Spider-Man, shaping not just Peter's past, but how he handles challenges in the present. There's a great double-page spread here. If I click on it, does it go bigger? Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Pepe Larraz. Oh, that's really big. Oh my goodness. So as I say, yeah, there is like a street fighting scene with a Rhino and Spidey. It's pretty cool. Nothing new there though, is there? Okay. Balancing humour and high stakes. One of the first things readers noticed when Kelly came onto the book was the humour, a return to the quip-heavy Peter Parker. That's all very well, but you know, you have to be able to tell a good joke, don't you, for that to work? Just saying. Kelly says, I got to come in and be like, yeah, hey, here's a crazy, totally bizarre thing. Doom and Sorcerer Supreme. Like, let's go, Kelly said. Why is he talking like a teenager? Let's go back to the photo of Joe Kelly. Here he is. Just imagine him saying that sentence now. Sorry. No offense, Joe. Let's go back. But Kelly is also interested in exploring Peter Parker's emotional depths. His examination of Peter's past feeds directly into his current struggles, making for a more layered and complex take on the character. Something is wrong. Boom. Anyway. He's working with two powerhouse artists like Pepe Larraz and John Romita Jr. It's pushed Kelly to evolve his storytelling. He spoke about how each artist's strengths have influenced his approach to writing. With Pepe, even though I knew he was incredibly talented, I hadn't really gone on a deep dive into his work, Kelly said. Now that I have a few issues under my belt with him, I know what he likes and what he's into, and that absolutely influences what I write for him. He can destroy an emotional scene in the same way that he'll do a killer action scene. He's really, really amazing. Okay, and according to Kelly, John Romita Jr., it had a different kind of learning curve. Kelly says, I probably made a bunch of assumptions as a fan like, oh, this is what he's going to like. And then he surprised me, Kelly said. There was an issue where I thought I was giving him room with a big splashy image, and he came back suggesting more panels, adding layers to the story. That was a great eye-opener for me. These collaborations have allowed Kelly to fine-tune how he structures his scripts, making the most of each artist's unique storytelling style. There we go. New villains and legacy challenges. Possible mild spoilers here, folks, just warning you. Joe Kelly teased a new villain named Hellgate, who promises to shake up Peter Parker's world in unexpected ways. Hellgate, I think, is going to be a really fun character, Kelly said. He's going to be pretty mysterious, but he's got a lot going on and he's very strong. Some of these characters I really love, like the villains, Kelly said. And then some of them I feel like, well, I've seen them a bunch of times. As such, he wants to strike the right balance between revisiting classic foes and introducing fresh threats that challenge Peter both physically and mentally. Here we've got some of the Hellgate, the new villain designs by John Romita Jr. What do you think, folks? Okay, just a little bit more and I'll get back to you in the chat, folks. A long run on Amazing Spider-Man is never guaranteed, but Kelly hopes to leave his mark. I'm hoping to have a couple of years, Kelly said. That's certainly the plan. If people are happy, then, I'll keep chugging along. But Kelly isn't overly focused on legacy, and he just wants to tell good stories. It's not even a longevity thing to me, Kelly said. It's a potency effect. Did this story hit you? Cool, and hopefully you get a bunch of those in a row. And that makes a run. And right at the end here, unfortunately, there's a link to a video, but it's blocked in my country. The soundtrack of Spider-Man. When asked if there's a song that encapsulates his first story arc, Kelly mentioned Seatbelts, Tank from Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop! Shout out to Noz and everyone else out there who loves that fantastic anime. It's a crazy jazz bebop with trumpets and it's very explosive, Kelly said. So you really get a sense of, yeah, there's action and excitement. It drifts a little into melancholy, but it's mostly hidden in all those crazy rhythms. There we go, an apt choice it says here, capturing both the energy and underlying emotional complexity of Spider-Man. Some of the pages of the art here. There we go. Oh, it does go bigger. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, let's get back to you in the stream. See who's here. Oh my god, Grace disappeared. I'm back again. Okay, you're working on a real... Fearmonic is working on a real clip that's a bit better quality than the one you just sent in the chat. Okay, gotcha, man. Tehilim saying I was hooked on the first issue after the end of it. And the Nick Spencer run was the last Amazing Spider-Man I read. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd been out for a long time. I used to read it back in the mid-80s when Venom appeared. You know, that's how old I am. Jeez. David Michelini, or Michelini, whatever. And then I was reading the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man original series that came out for a while. Getting lost in his art and his webbing. Oh my god, wasn't the best writer, Todd. He's a much better artist and writer, but yeah, that was good. That was good fun. And then I kind of dipped in and out, and then just disappeared. I wasn't reading comics for years, and I jumped back in on Spider-Man a little bit with Chip Zdarsky doing was it Spectacular Spider-Man, and then Zeb Wells' run. What a time to jump back on, eh? Zeb Wells. So it sounds like Peter coming to have peace with his past. Yes, it does. Yo, how you doing? Long time no see. Oh, it's actually buddy. Nay. You know these YouTubers who are just reading articles to fill their content because they don't have anything of importance to say? No, I don't know them. Let me know their names in the chat. Fearmonic, I got a really fancy Ed shirt not too long ago. Bebop is insane. Cowboy Bebop is amazing. It's awesome. I don't have a clip, apart from on a long intro that I used to play. I don't have a clip of Bebop, but I do have an anime clip. Let's play a bit of a violent one for you folks. So warning for the sound might suddenly get a bit loud. Here we go. Let's have some bike action. Boom! What a way to wake up in the morning. Look at that headbutt. Good to see you too. Good to see you too, man. Good. Yes. I'm here. It's a rare time. It's a rare, not late night, but it's late evening show for me. 9:24 p.m. here on Sunday. So that was the main news story I want to cover. There is another one I want to do, but before I do that, let's show you a little bit physical. Let's get physical. Let's get physical, folks, shall we? I've been sorting out some of my comics upstairs. I don't have that many here because, obviously moving from Manchester to Japan many years ago, I had to sell most of them. I gave quite a few to my brother, but I did bring some, like what I considered essentials. And I also managed to pick up, comics when I used to go back home visiting my folks there. So I was kind of bagging. Not boarding, by the way, Fearmonic. There's more about that in the show I was on with Sully earlier, but I don't bag and board, I just bag. Crazy, right? But my comics are in really good condition for some reason. I don't know why. I don't care about like grading, I don't care about the value, I just care about a good story and reading them. Anyway, I've been going through my old Hellblazers, and I've got quite a long run, not a full run. I've got a good run up to about 120, the first 120 around, and then there's a big break, then there's like bits and bobs here and there. This is issue 245, right, from Hellblazer, Constantine. It's August 2008, back when DC was charging $2.99, when Vertigo was still going. I'll show you the cover, try and avoid the glare. What caught my eye about this, it's a pretty cool cover. It's the John Constantine's band when he was younger, Mucous Membrane. But you can't see it because the name's very small. Jason Aaron writing and Sean Murphy on art. Now it's just a two-part mini. You know, I think that's all he did. But I had no idea Jason Aaron had written a Hellblazer story. It's like, no way. So I've not read it yet. Well, I've not reread it because it's been years, 2009. But yeah, I was like looking through. It's obviously a little bit early, you know, Sean Murphy art. Let's see if I can find a decent page. It could be rubbish. I don't remember well. It might be good. But yeah, how cool is that? It's very dark actually. Nothing really jumping out so far. Dark colours, dark page. How about this one? Let's see if this shows up. So it's not very different, but Sean Gordon Murphy. What do you think? Ooh, showing somebody's bottom there. Goodness gracious. We're getting cancelled. The story is called Newcastle Calling, part 1 of 2. So yeah, like I say, Jason Aaron and Sean Murphy. What a surprise. Give you an idea of the date. On the back cover, it's got Hellboy, The Science of Evil, Xbox 360, live from Konami. Konami. That's how you pronounce it in Japanese. Konami. Equal stress on each syllable. Not Konami. Konami. Okay, sorry. Part 2 is here. Here's a cover. Anarchy sign there. Anarchy in the UK. Apparently the history goes that John Constantine went to the Sex Pistols concert in 1970, maybe 7 or 8. One of the first ones they did in London. He was so inspired. He started his own band with his mate Gary Lester. They called it Mucous Membrane. Oh man. Yeah, so there we go. What a surprise. I'm going to read that either tonight after this stream before I go to bed or maybe tomorrow. But there we go, Sean Murphy on it. I couldn't believe it. On the back of this one, DC Universe Online. Does that take you back? DC Universe Online. What else is in here? Trying to find a commercial or an ad that gives you an idea, like dates it. Not really. Ooh, The Dark Knight, original motion picture soundtrack available now. There we go. So yeah, 2009. Okay, where are we? Let's get back. It's hard to make bebop clips because there's just just so much good. It's like, damn, how do I cut this down? I know, right? I know. Can't wait to talk about that when we meet. Goodness gracious. Won't be long now, mate. End of the month. Nay saying Olivia Newton-John reference for those in the chat. Under 40. I got chills. John Travolta. But yeah, let's get physical. What was that called? Was it not Staying Alive? That was a John Travolta movie before that. I can't remember it. Oh my god. That was one of the songs from that movie. Fearmonic saying, it's funny, I had a comic I bought from a shop in a long box that was just in a bag. Kept it laying around and brought it to a con, got it signed. It got sent back with a 9.6. Lovely. Boards can be a lifesaver, but it's mostly from, the spine bending forward or back. That's what Sully was telling me. I was like, I know, I realise. But to say, I just never really worried about it. And, I've had these there's nothing wrong with these. There's nothing on them. I've got a Sandman #1. It's probably lost half its value because of, Neil Gaiman. But what can you do? I was checking that on just to get an idea of a price. And if you've got a really good quality one, you're talking, quite a lot of money for that. A few $100s for a Sandman #1. Original. Okay, can they keep the ink from fading? Fearmonic saying if I could travel through time and space, I'd spend the first few years just going to concerts and premieres. Yeah, right. Oh my god, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? all the bands you could see, the movies you could watch. Okay. Where are we? One more clip and then we're going to get to the next bit of news. Where is it? Let's have something funny for a change. Do. This is what happens if you don't hit the like button on Gray's channel. If you don't join, you don't become a member. Mamma mia, that's crazy. Blown up by a rocket as you're doing a somersault through the air. Alright, next bit of news. And don't worry, I'm not going to go on too long. Here we go. A little preview for Absolute Batman issue 7 coming out on Wednesday, folks. Looking forward to this. We'll be reviewing this with Jim, hopefully, on next Friday night, 7:15 Eastern American time, on his channel. A bombastic two-parter with a guest artist. The one and only superstar Marcos Martin starts here. It's a two-parter. It's going to be a Mr. Freeze story, but also we're going to get an origin of Matches Malone in the Absolute Universe, by the way. Hang on a sec. I'm about to do a burp. Here we go. Few hundred. Gaiman was never a very good writer, in my opinion. Well, I enjoyed his Sandman run back in the day. What can I say? Here we go. It's about to get icy cold in Gotham City as we reveal the connections between a young, up-and-coming scientist named Victor Freeze and his history with the Arkham experiment. Scott Snyder writing, of course, Marcos Martin on art, Munza Vincente on colour. Is that a real name? On the colours? April 9th. Look at this. It's a very different style to Nick Dragotta. Very almost psychedelic colouring here on this one, by the way. Look at those birds. Look at that. Tanzania. That's how it starts. But what I want to show you is a little bit further down here. Okay. I like the style. It's kind of a simple style, but I like the colouring as well. But look at this, a lot of use of silhouette. I guess that saves you time as an artist, doesn't it? You know, you're not drawing the details of the faces, the bodies, the expressions. Gotham City, present day. For some reason it seems to be snowing. Snowing? In April? What's going on? But it is a Mr. Freeze story, I know. And one more page. I just realised I've actually got the wrong article here. Never mind. There's a Bleeding Cool, the same one, and he actually shows a lot more. He shows a preview of some of the actual physical comic book pages. But anyway, yeah, lots of silhouettes, and that's really I really noticed it this time looking at it. Look at that. That's quite clever, isn't it, as an artist, as I say. But hey. Anyway, let's get back. Let me show you the other one, the other version. Where's Bleeding Cool? Here we go. Jump to comics. Not the biggest fan of this site, but it can be quite good sometimes. Here we go. Here are the physical pages. So we scroll down here. It's a weird kind of style, isn't it? Matches Malone. Look at Bruce. Look at the size of Bruce's chin and his neck. He's huge. Bruce, is that really you? So this is Matches Malone, apparently, in the Absolute Universe. Last the guys heard, he was into running ID scams, high-end, barcodes, laser engraved. My hope was that he could get me work papers to get on the Arkham crew. Arkham? Do you get it? When I asked him 2 weeks ago, he said he'd get right on it. Then nothing until this morning when he said it was urgent. Matches, how are you? Walk with me, buddy, says Matches. Can't get out of it, can I? I just want to show you this one. Look at this picture here. Look at his tattoo. Matches Malone. Pretty cool. He's nervous, spooked about being followed. With the cops everywhere, I couldn't risk bringing gear. Gear? If there's a fight, all I have is the cast. Pennyworth insisted on it being medical and medical only, but then he left town and I did my own engineering. Sounds like Bruce has got an amped or teched up cast here on his arm. Don't know the background to that yet. You okay, Matches? What? Of course, yeah, I'm great. And yes, I got the work papers, but I did you one better. I did. I've spent the last week on their crew inside that place, says Matches Malone. Anyway, enough of that. What do you think of the art? Any good? Any good? I'm enjoying Absolute Batman. It's absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely entertaining, at least. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to you. I promise I won't sing again. I promise. Okay, talking about the fantastic anime, and Fearmonarch mentioned Space Dandy as well. That's pretty trippy, isn't it, Space Dandy? Does it hit you hard? The comedy that slowly becomes more and more tragic is what really hits it for me. Neil Gaiman, how was his Norse mythology book? I didn't read it, but for people who like Norse mythology, I heard it was very good. Creepy looking kid, right? Fearmonarch. He did look weird, didn't he? All he needs is a paper crown and it's absolute Jughead in the bottom panel. I get it, says DJ Energy. That's cool. That's funny. Nice one. So yeah, there's not that much big news I wanted to share. It was mainly wanted to talk about the Spiderman, story with that coming out on Wednesday. A new #1, but do you think it will sell as well as the Absolute titles? That is the question. Okay, let's get on to... I'm still not sure whether I'm going to do a new releases like Gray's Pick of the Weeks for tomorrow. I'm not sure. If I've got time, I might do. I don't know. I'm quite busy tomorrow, so we'll have to see. But let me share with you what's coming out next week. What are we looking forward to, folks? Here we go. So as I said, we've got the Absolute Batman issue 7. These are $4.99. And there's been quite a bit of rumours and not official news yet that the prices of all comics are going to go up because probably not solely down to the Trump's tariffs, but that's probably a nice excuse to do it and raise the price again. But it's crazy that I treated myself to 2 physical issues came out last week, but for me in Japan they come out on Saturday for order. Oh my god, I'm going completely blank as well. But what I ordered was... Oh, Jesus. Talk about stream brain. I'm going to have to check my mails. No, let me just go back and have a look from last week. Here we go. A physical copy of... And it wasn't, believe it or not, it wasn't Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, which I absolutely love, by the way. I'm probably going to wait for a trade for that. The heck did I order? Jeez Louise. It's not the main one, but one was the Scorched for this cover, issue 39. I love this cover, and this is what got me on this tangent. $2.99 for the Spawn Universe books. They're still $2.99. You've got this, and then you've got $4.99 DC or $5.99 for Amazing Spider-Man. It's ridiculous, isn't it, the difference? It's huge, but I guess Image and the Spawn books won't be staying $2.99 for long by the sound of it. The hell did I order, folks? Oh, that's right. It was a recommendation from Jim, from Sully, from quite a few people. I can't see the cover. Resurrection Man from Ram V. A few people were talking about it in the Slack as well, in the Weird Science Patreon Slack. I went for the Dan Panosian cover, folks, not the main cover. Look at this cover. This is great. Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma, issue 1. I've heard it's very, very good. Yeah, so looking forward to that. But anyway, let's get back to the new releases. New releases! So, $4.99, $5.99. Anyway, Ultimates 11, nope. Transformers 19, yes. $3.99 for that. Uncanny X-Men, no. Action Comics, not interested. Batman and Robin 20 is coming out, yes. That's Phil Kenny Johnson reading that, writing that, enjoying that. It's really good. Amazing Spider-Man 5.99 for the new number 1, but it does have supposedly not 40 pages, but it's oversized. It's got 2 stories. Scroll down to Daredevil 20's coming out. Yes, I'm back on board. It's a new story arc. Finally, that first story arc went on for 19 issues, if you can believe that. And I started enjoying it at the beginning, but I lost interest halfway through. It got really boring. But I'm back on board. Give him another chance. Incredible Hulk 24. Excuse me. Yes, for the art. Batman Dark Patterns issue 5 comes out. I will be reading that, definitely. Geiger 13 is coming out. Looking forward to that. It's really, really good. Image comic. Ghost Machine. Go down to Aquaman 4, Eve, and only if I can get a review copy. Yes, I will read that. But I'm looking forward to Green Lantern Corps issue 3. This has surprised me. If you like a bit of the cosmic space Marvel, not Marvel, we're talking about, a bit of space cosmic madness and fun, space fantasy, do check it out. It's been very good. The Moon is Following Us. I'm reading that on Global Comics, the app. I've got that, so looking forward to that. That's been decent. Doctor Strange of Asgard. Actually, the first issue was quite good. If I can get a review copy, I will check it out. Keep going, keep going. What do we have? For Fear Monarch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Night Watcher issue 7 comes out. For nobody in particular, Fire and Ice, When Hell Freezes Over, number 1, coming out. No comment. Go down again to G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Jinx, issue 1. Is part of the Silent Missions issue, so I think that's going to be a silent issue. Then here it is, Vatican City, Mark Millar, what I was talking about at the beginning. That comes out, number 1, definitely. And there's a Star Wars facsimile, which I am tempted. If I can get a physical, I might go for it, just for the memories. My brother used to have, not the American version, of course, the Marvel UK version, which was bigger sized and black and white inside, not colour. And I think it had more than the main story in as well. Yeah, that's about it. I'm probably missing everything for people out there. I know you're looking forward to. But not a massive week. Red Sonja versus the Army of Darkness, number 1. Another facsimile of Superman issue 233 there. Giant Size Wacky Races, issue 1 from Dynamite. Although I don't know if the person was talking about this, but if it was a previous series, they said it was terrible. So, we'll have to see. Return of the Living Dead, here, from American Mythology. Green Hornet, Miss Fury, the last issue. A few people recommended it, so I tried it. It was kind of all over the place. I wasn't sure what was going on. Yeah, a little bit. And there's a Valiant Tales of the Shadow Man, number 1 comes out. There we go. That will do. Pretty cool. Superman 233 variant cover there with the action figure. Do like that. A Black Panther issue 1 pan-dimensional 3D 2025 edition. You want love. And there we go. Oh, and there's a Jerry Ordway black and white variant of the Star Wars issue 1. Look at this. What do you think? Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers. Darth striking a pose there. Pretty awesome. Okay, I think that will do. Where are we? Relaxing with you from Australia as I draw. Great to see you. Great to hear from you. I hope you're good. Hope you're Genki. Natius, is it Natius Arts? Am I pronouncing that right? Or Natius? Good to see you, man. Fearmont saying it'll probably sell better just for that first issue interest. Exactly. Call me issue 5. But will it do supposedly 400,000, which they were claiming Absolute Batman did? Was it the first one, or was that Hush 2? Oh, lovely. I say it's 45 minutes. Okay, we'll be wrapping up soon. Don't want to go on too long and bore you all to death. In other news, there's a rumour about Meryl Streep voicing Aslan in the new Narnia version. Yes, I heard somebody else. I can't tell if you're being serious or you're joking. I heard it was who was it? Not Liam Neeson. I can't remember now. I heard a name, but it surprised me. Napoleon, Nintendo dorks are blaming the new high price for video games on Trump's tariffs. Switch 2 just got announced. I know, I was out with some teachers. There was a teachers' party last Friday evening, and One of the guys, he's the Japanese language teacher. He's not that young, but maybe late 20s, early 30s. He was on his phone trying to like order one, Switch 2. I don't know if he got it or not. He just said he could not get through. I don't know if it's out yet, if that's just like pre-ordering it, if it's to try and, get on the ordering list. Goodness knows. But will you be getting one, Nerdporial? Will you be picking it up? Sadly, the finale for Night Watcher. You've been enjoying that, yeah, Fearmonic? Okay. RuneScape. I missed that. I think I heard somewhere that the new Invincible spin-off, Battle Beast, had 300,000 pre-orders. Now you're talking. That is numbers. Hey, great to see. Purple Valkyrie in the chat. How you doing? Are you good? Are you Genki? I'm Genki, thank you. Okay, I think that's about it. That was all the things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to share. But yeah. Nerdporial. Okay, thanks, mate. You're replying to my question. Not right away for the Switch 2. Mario Kart is not a system seller, especially at $500 with taxes. Is that how much it is? Wow. I've not even checked on Amazon Japan. Let's have a look. Let's see what they're saying here. Let's see if it's even on there yet. Switch 2. The first one that comes up, it's Japanese price, 37,970 Japanese yen. Just give me a moment, I will do that conversion. Let me share that screen, by the way, so you know what I'm talking about. Let me share. I'll show you the Japanese screen for it. 37,970 is in US dollars. But don't forget how weak the yen is. 260 United States dollars. Well, call it about 262. $262 for that. That's the price in Japan. It says here 5K plus bought in the past month. Can you get one? What can you get with it? What games, what packages are there? Mario Party. Okay, there we go. Back in the days when I used to game, I would have been tempted, but not anymore. Not anymore. Game tariffs. Pretty sure Japan is not part of the trade war. Mario Kart digital copy is $80. Mamma mia. Okay, it's about $4.50 outside of Japan. Yeah, Japan's cheaper. Well, it will be to buy it here, but what can you do? Okay, that's awesome. Thanks so much, folks. Should we wrap things up? Thanks a million for watching. If anyone's watched the replay and you're still here at this point, I bow down to you. Great to see everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, whatever you do. And yeah, do look out for the Jim's live show, my time tomorrow morning. So I'm not sure what that is American time. Let's see. My time it will be 8 a.m. So I've got to get up early. Folks. I think that means 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 p.m. Sunday Eastern. See you there. Thanks, Purple. You have a good one. Hope you're good. Have a great weekend. Did you just get an ad? Did you get an ad for the Switch? Switch 2 by any chance? What should we finish with? Okay, for the old days, I'm going to finish with my old movie review show, Gray's Moving Picture House intro. Now, there's a caveat with this. I made this for the David Lynch stream we did a while ago after poor David Lynch passed away. So you'll get the Cowboy Bebop clip here at the end of this. Here we go.
of heroes, hopes, and fear. Better leave your notions behind. I'm here with great Japanese AI, and we'll talk about things guaranteed to blow your mind. The invisibles to patrol, and others we find. Talking Morrison with Gray. Talking Morrison with Gray. So free your mind and follow us this way.
You're drunk. Just bring out the cakes. Cake and fine wine.
If you don't leave, we'll call the police.
Balls. We want the finest wines available to humanity. We want them here, and we want them now.
Miss Blenner has it. Telephone the police.